on.
Okay, we're going to come to order. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, and it's the regular meeting of the Glendale Planning Commission. Could we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Berman, Commissioner Lee, Commissioner Sheets.
Here.
Commissioner Torgerson,
Here.
Chairperson Kay.
Here. Report regarding posting of agenda, please.
The agenda for this meeting was posted on Wednesday, May 13th on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Great, thank you. Would everyone please stand and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Agenda item 4 is approval of minutes. We have two, April 15th, 2009 first. Comments, corrections, and/or motion, please.
I move that we accept the minutes.
I will second that.
Willing to stick your head out, are you? Okay.
am.
We have a motion second. Please call roll.
Commissioner Sheets,
Yes.
Commissioner Torgerson,
Aye.
Chairperson Kay.
Aye, and a vote of 3-0. The minutes of April 15th, 2009 were approved. The minutes of May 6th, we're going to have to defer because we don't have enough people here that were at that meeting to act on them. Agenda item 5, oral communications. I have no cards for anyone wishing to speak on something not on the agenda. We have two agenda items. The first one, agenda item 6A, under old business, I'd like to defer for the other item, which is agenda item 6B, PCUP 2005-054. It's 2425 Cascadia Drive. This has been continued from March 18th, 2009. It's an appeal to overturn the zoning administrator's approval of a request for a conditional use permit to allow the construction of a new 3,300 square foot house and a two-car garage on a 21,268 square foot two-lot site with an average current slope of approximately 75%. A proposed mitigated negative declaration, case PEIF 2006-021, was adopted by the zoning administrator on April 23rd and is on file. My understanding is the applicant and, for that matter, the planning department would like to continue the case, or is it simply an applicant request?
Yes, the applicant wants to continue the case.
And what's planning staff's opinion?
We concur with that at this time. The applicant has met with the planning staff. They met here in the city, of course. They met with a representative from the Chevy Chase Homeowner Association at the city. My understanding is that there's been a subsequent meeting with the homeowners group that was just last week. And so he's working on completing the direction that the commission gave to him at the last meeting, and just take some time for some of the technical issues. But so staff concurs that he's making some progress on this.
Obviously, with no one else here from the other side, they're aware that this was going to be continued, or?
We do have, yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have both sides?
The property owners.
Okay. You guys were sitting so close together, I assumed you were not together and not on opposite sides. How nice. I don't have any cards, but I think I'd like to just make sure, for the record, that you guys were okay and in agreement that it can be continued. So if you would just one at a time come up, identify yourselves, see if we have any questions in terms of the continuance.
I'm Larry Barnes, president of the Chevy Chase Homeowners Association. We have no problem with continuing until September.
All right. And if you wouldn't mind, sir? You had your card ready to turn in, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Actually, I was
going to need
speaking today.
All right. Name, please.
My name is Martin Terosian, and I just needed an extension because we're still going through the whole process of getting a review from Larry and everyone else.
All right. So applicant, appellant is fine with it. Staff is fine with it. Gentlemen, any issues? And if not, let's have a motion to continue to date certain.
If we would prefer a date certain. September 2nd is
I know you
the
recused
first
yourself.
meeting.
Excuse myself, can I vote
Oh, that's right.
for the continuation?
We can continue in a simple majority.
Yeah, and just you and Mr. Sheets can vote to continue, and Ferguson should abstain.
Right.
So you'll have to pass the gavel to me to...
For the second. Oh,
Second.
Mr. Lee's coming in.
all right.
Oh, Mr. Lee's coming.
Well, you can't act on this since we've already gone all the way through it. Hi, Mr. Lee. For the record, Mr. Lee is joining us, if you'd make a note of that into the official record. Can we come up with the dates?
Yes. September 2nd would be the first meeting in September.
And right now, open agenda?
It's a wide open agenda, yes.
All right, so I guess the suggestion, Mr. Sheets, would be,
Yeah, I move that we accept the request for continuation, and I just one comment, just commend the parties. I know there's been a lot of time, and everybody's been pretty patient about this. I think it's commendable that everybody's working together on this issue, and I think that's great.
very good. I'm going to pass the gavel, and I will second the motion.
We have a motion and a second, and may we have a roll call, please?
Just so I'm sorry, before the roll call is taken, if I can just, it's September 2nd
Oh,
without
to-
further public notice.
Motion, right, motion
Yes.
was to...
So the maker of the motion amends the motion, and the
Amend-
seconder of the motion seconds it.
Yeah, I move that we
Right.
accept the proposal and set it up for the meeting at September 2nd. Is that it?
Yeah.
Without further public notice.
Without further public notice.
You know, your lips barely moved when you said that. I
But
second
it
the
was
motion.
really,
Okay, we have an amended motion and a second. May we take roll call, please?
Commissioner Sheets,
Aye.
Commissioner Kane,
Aye.
Chairperson Pro Tem Torgerson,
Aye. No, abstain.
abstain.
Sorry. That's why I got the gavel. My last chance.
There we go. So on a vote of 2-0 with one abstention, it's continued to September 2nd. All right, thank you, gentlemen. All right, and this is going to be an exciting balance of the meeting for you, Mr. Lee, I promise you. Okay.
Well, we're done.
Well, oh no. We have variance case number PVAR 2008-014 at 120 East Cypress Street. The appellant was Brian Chan. The motion with findings, it was a motion with findings in support of approving the variance to allow an open parking space in the front yard setback and reversing the zoning administrator's decision of denial. Unfortunately, last month when we voted on it, there were only two of us present that were able to vote in favor of it, and we needed to have three. So as such, we need to reopen the hearing. I'm sorry?
You don't need to reopen the hearing, you just need to, somebody just needs to make the motion
Okay.
to approve the findings.
Great. So we do not have to reopen the hearing, but we do need to have a motion by someone that was present at the original hearing, which was all four of us,
Right.
and have a motion to accept the findings, assuming we've reviewed them, and then we can carry on.
Well, I think I guess the statement would be that,
This is the motion.
okay.
Yes, it is.
in the package?
This is a
it is.
finding by the staff, right?
That's right.
Based on our statements.
So we just repeat it?
It was here if you wanted
Well,
to
I think
scan it.
Mr. Lee, since it says...
He was the original.
Commission Member Lee,
Right.
might as well read it and do it again.
Okay, we'll do that. I move that upon review and consideration of all materials and exhibits of current record relative standard variance case number PVAR 2008-014 located at 120 East Cypress Street, and after having conducted an appeal hearing on said matter, that the Commission hereby reverses the zoning administrator's decision and approves said standards variance case number PVAR 2008-014 based on the following findings pursuant to Title 30, Chapter 30.42.030, Glendale Municipal Code, through A, B, C, and D findings as attached and submitted by the staff.
I second.
I have a motion support. Please call roll.
Commissioner Lee,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheets,
Aye.
Commissioner Torgerson,
Aye.
Chairperson Kane.
Aye, and a vote of 4-0. The variance case PVAR 2008-014 was reversed based on the motion as prepared. All right. Comprehensive planning.
We do have an announcement that for North Glendale Community Plan, we're holding 2 public open houses to report back to the community on the results of our public outreach efforts that we've had for the last 4 months. Our meeting is going to be on June 1st, 2009, or people could also attend on Wednesday, June 3rd, 2009. Both of the meetings are the same. They're going to be held from 7 to 9 p.m. at Clark Magnet High School Auditoria, and that's located at 4747 New York Avenue. So encouraging anybody who's interested in that to please attend. And from the city's website, you can go into the planning department page, and there's further information on this effort.
All right. And just to continue the theme, planning department updates.
That is our update.
Okay. I would just suggest that maybe you recap what's on our agenda for the next couple meetings.
On June 1st, we have a parcel map at 1770.
I doubt that.
Oh, June 3rd, rather. Sorry, June 3rd. 1770 Golf Club Drive. That's a 3-lot parcel map, and that's the single item that we have on that agenda. On the 17th, we're having a special planning commission meeting, and that will start at 4 p.m., and there's 2 cases. One of them is a continuation of 1841 Tamerlane that was continued from the May 6th meeting, and then we also have an appeal for Montrose Collection. And right now, we don't have anything scheduled for your meeting on July 1st or the following meeting on July 15th.
Wasn't the solar thing coming up?
There was a solar ordinance that we were looking at putting on the agenda, and that was pulled.
Interfered with the party?
I don't know.
You don't know why?
I think they're still
Okay.
working on it.
All right. Just as a reminder, one of the reasons, as far as 617 goes, one of the reasons that we continued Tamerlane is we only had 3 commissioners present. And it was just felt that since it needed a 3-0 vote, it would be more fair for the process to have 4 or 5, depending who could participate. Right now, does it look okay for you gentlemen to be here on the 17th of June? Okay. And then we'll try to find out if Mr. Berman can attend or not, and we'll move forward on that basis. As far as we know, everyone can participate in that. There's no conflicts of interest or anything. Great.
Yes, as far as I can.
Great. Okay. Comments from commissioners? Seeing none?
Don't we have something that's going to be scheduled? Because you mentioned that there was nothing in July, but don't we have something coming up for the hillside?
There may be at this point. We haven't added anything to the agenda, so I'm not aware of it. Once something has been written down, we have a draft staff report, then we schedule.
Because I was told that it was coming up in a month or 2.
Yeah, that's what I was told. No set date yet.
It's nigh.
Set date.
It's close.
It's pending.
All right. Mr. Torgerson?
Yes, I apologize for not being present at the last Planning Commission meeting. However, I was able to watch most of it on television, and I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed Mr. Lee's presentation on all of the innovative and interesting electronics and energy-saving devices that you saw in Korea, and I'm very glad you brought that back, and I hope that information can be put out to someone in the city that can take action and start looking into some of those things.
Quite true. Anything else, gentlemen? How about a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We are adjourned.